Hi, I'm Cathy Phelps,
And I'm Jody Pear.
and today we are going to talk to you and give you the update on our spaces that we've been working on. So I've been working on my office, and Jody has been working on her bedroom.
Yes. So an unplanned incident occurred. So I think I shared a couple weeks ago a photograph of the new gallery wall that I was creating in our bedroom. And I had six large, they were 16 by 20 poster frames. And I had a photo collage that I created for each of those frames. So happy with it. I had all my pictures in there, everything. I had candles in place, done. And it was exactly the look I wanted. Saturday morning, I am downstairs and I hear a crash.
Uh-oh.
So I come upstairs and I look in our bedroom, and the center bottom frame, the backing of the picture frame separated from the frame itself. It fell onto the shelf. It knocked down two candles, and then my whole picture frame was laying in the middle of the floor, shattered, glass everywhere. And the hanger, the backing was still hanging on the wall. And worse than that is that particular frame was holding a photo collage of all the pictures I put together of our wedding. Like, it couldn't have been future travel or previous travel. No, it was our wedding photo collage. And me, who looks at everything as having meaning, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, oh my God, why did our wedding picture have to fall? So I took all of the pictures down because now I don't trust the frame. And I was so worried that more would come crashing down. So I have to empty the frames out and take them all back and start again, which probably means patching holes, because the idea, the odds of finding the frame that has the hanger in the same place are pretty slim. So starting from scratch, but the pictures are ready to be framed. I just have to get the wall ready again.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's Jody, it's a setback, right?
Real life. Again, this is not HGTV.
Right, right. Well, as you were talking, I was thinking about how the process for me too, not that I had anything crash off the wall yet, because I haven't hung anything yet, but the process really takes some time.
Yes.
It's not quick fixes or done in one day like HGTV or other things on TV, the
Yeah.
fixer upper shows. It's not
Mhm.
like that. It's a process and it takes some time. But
And
in the
we
end,
know,
yeah,
we know, even on TV, we know these things are not happening instantaneously, but it's just, they're not, most of them are not showing you behind the scenes and giving you any idea as to how long it took to get to the result. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of time passes.
mhm. So, and what I like to think when stuff like that happens, I always think it happens for a reason. Not that there's anything wrong with your marriage or anything like that. It's just that there's a change, which change is good. So it happens for a reason, and what you're going to end up with is probably going to be better than what you had.
It could be. And
Mhm.
because I don't want to get the same frames again, because now I don't trust them, I'm actually rethinking about what other frames I could get. And it's a complete different direction. So yeah, it just evolves.
Right. So, in my office, I was doing something that I thought would be simple, which is changing the hardware out on my dresser. So this dresser is like directly across from me. I stare at it, look at it a lot, and it had really old-fashioned kind of 1970s bronze hardware on it. And so I've been changing that out. So the top drawers, that was really easy. I just put this nice brushed silver little knobs, plain little knobs on that, and that was fine. But the next part, the bottom drawers, had like hardware that had two screw holes, and it was very old, so they don't make them like that anymore. So the screw holes were only like 1 3/4 inch apart from each other, and everything that's out that I saw was like 4 inches, 3 inches. You know, so what we ended up doing after buying and bringing it back to the store and buying something else and bringing it back to the store and buying a third thing and bringing it back to the store, we settled on using the same hardware that we used on the top, and we just drilled new holes. So it looks very uniform. It's
Yeah.
very simple, and yay, that's done.
And did the new hardware cover up both holes?
No, you can't. You could see the holes if you look like really hard to see
Uh-huh.
them. Otherwise, it's kind of darker wood. And so it's dark. And so
Okay.
you
So
really
close enough. Close enough.
close enough, good enough, better than what it was for sure.
Yeah.
So that was one thing.
That's good. And it's such a small, just a simple thing, but makes and so actually maybe take a picture of that and we can send it to our viewers so they can see the transformation of your dresser.
Yeah.
Good. Speaking of changes, you may notice a little change behind me. I have a new story going on back here, and I did this just to inspire myself and take a moment for reflection on things that I have done. So what you see right here are the books that I have written, and I placed a vase of fresh flowers on top of it as a symbol to me to say that I am celebrating my accomplishments. And next to it, I have a candle, and I did light that just before recording. And that was just a sign of ritual and celebration and reflection. And then this little sea glass stone, believe in miracles, and a book that's called Wish. I think my mom got me that. I think. And I just love it. It's just like a little inspiring kind of photo book. And then there's a paperweight that my mom had given me as a graduation gift. And it has my business logo on it. So putting all of these items together, this isn't my new story, I just needed a little boost. And this is what I mean by decorating with intention, being very specific on what you're placing in your environment. And that little thing, it's like, to me, it's very simple and it's beautiful, but it's also reminding me on a subconscious level about the things that I'm working on and what's important to me. And then on the shelf above it is another gift item that my mom got me. And then this photo collage here, these are all important women in my life. That's kind of my family roots. And then another book that I did. So that is what the art of decorating with intention is all about. And that is my book and video course that is available on my website. So just a little update on changing spaces. And I had a doctor visit, and I visited my doctor in her new office, and she was asking me, so what have you been up to? Because I haven't seen her since, I don't know, early spring, pre-COVID. So I told her, that the books that I was working on, and told her a little bit about how to create, a workspace oasis. And she just sat back and she's like, what? She says, what do you mean? And she said, my office, she said, I know it's not right. She says, but I don't know what to do with it. She says, there's, medical files and records just piled on my desk. And she says, and amongst all of that, there's pictures of my daughter that, like, yes, that makes me happy. But I know it's not right and it doesn't feel good. And so I couldn't tell her a whole lot because my appointment time was so, so brief. But I just thought, I left there thinking, my doctor of all people, I want my doctor to have a really comfortable office space and something where she can go in between patients and take a moment for herself and feel grounded and feel nurtured herself. I don't even like to think about this now, but as far as the conditions of her workspace. So I'm hoping that she asks me for help because I would love to help her create a calming, nurturing space for her. So I just wanted to share that with you, just to give you some different perspective on how powerful your surroundings are, and to just really take note of what you have there, and look around and ask yourself what is in your space and what is making you feel good, and reflecting yourself back to you. So there's my little story.
And I think that's a great story. And I think that happens for so many people. And they know something is off about their space, but they have no idea what it is. And so for someone to come in with fresh eyes and be able to say and talk them through the process, it's the same thing with organizing, where people are like, this space is not working for me, and I don't even like going in here. You really need to change it.
Yes. Oh, and you know what? My mind just went to what you shared with me before we started recording. You said that you had those files, you had a file organizer on top of your desk, and
Right.
you put it away.
Right. So in the process of the other updates that I'm making, I'm kind of slowly moving things out of my eyesight and making it all look cleaner. And then I'm more efficient. So the cleaner the space is, that's what I like, the more efficient I am. So I had this file, it was just 5 folders could fit in there. Actually, probably more like 10 folders could fit in there. And so it was right on my desk. So it was very convenient, but it was also clutter.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally just was like, why do I have this on here? I took it off, and I took all the files that I had to my right, and I just put them in the drawer right here next to me. So they're still really convenient, but I'm not looking at them.
Yes.
So
So that is our takeaway for all of you today. Doctors, essential workers, anybody who is sitting at a desk, clear your desktop off. Have in front of you only what you are working on, and then something that makes you happy. Maybe it's a simple candle holder or a vase of fresh flowers. Put something that is in your view that gives you a moment to pause and to appreciate the simplicity and appreciate the space that you have created on your desktop. Take a moment to breathe.
yeah, and also really good for anyone who's still doing homeschooling for your kids, to make sure that they have some open space around them so they can concentrate, because clutter and too much, visual stimuli, it affects kids the same way it affects us.
Yes.
So take a look and see what you can get rid of. And you can always put something back. If you clear off a space and then you find out you really need it there, put it back.
Yes. Yes. Great to see you, Cathy. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
See you, Jody. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.